This is Sybert signing into Red Alert 3 on the map Infinity Isle. Now, some of you guys newer to the game may not know that if we don't play enough Infinity Isle games in Red Alert 3, the Red Alert 3 police will come and arrest us all. So a big thanks to these guys for once again playing Infinity Isle. Keeping us all in the game, keeping us all out of Red Alert 3 jail, where you're only allowed to build Tengus in Red Alert 3 jail. Anyways, on the left side, as the Orange Soviets, this is Happy. And on the right side, as the Cyan Soviets, this is Libra. Smurfing as Da Vinci, or maybe Da Vinci is his new name. At any rate, this is Libra, not DDF Libra. It is very confusing when one player who's very well known, and one of the top players, smurfs as Libra, and then there's another guy who's just named Libra. In this case, he's smurfing as Da Vinci, so I don't know which way we're going to go with this naming scheme. At any rate, it's double Soviets. One of these guys, an Allies player. The other guy, a Libra player. I think I've only seen Libra really in like a FFA or a team game, 2v2 kind of context. So honestly, I can't think of what faction Libra plays. Libra might be a Soviet player, in which case we have an off faction. I almost said off racing, but you know, Soviets and Allies aren't really races. An off faction Soviet player, and then a on faction Soviet player. At any rate, we have got ourselves some Soviet mirror action. It's a war factory into a super reactor for Libra. It's a war factory into an expansion for Happy. We got a couple of terror drones running around the map. We saw Happy using his terror drone to clear out some scouting bears from Libra. And Libra probably has a pretty good idea that a water expansion is coming up. A couple of sickles and a terror drone potentially going to be patrolling on the south side of Libra's half of the island. And through the middle of the map, Happy sends a bear and a terror drone, keeping that scout up. I love this three-way scout from Happy. He's going to be confirming, hey, in the middle of the map, there's an MCV. Libra is going to be keeping a little bit too close of a watch with the sickles by his MCV to let the terror drone get the infect. That, of course, would be disastrous. Sickles going for a little bit of a jump, Bear going for the scout on the north side, and the terror drone just barely gets locked out of that refinery. Going to be heading over to the war factory, potentially going to be able to grab something there. No! The stasis from Libra is good enough, and there's the kill with the sickles. The hammer tank going to be dealing with the other sickle from Happy, and actually a great combo move here. Sickles and a terror drone going to be just completely overwhelming this sickle of Happy. Great play here with the hammer tank leech beam, just going to be getting the kill. Gets the little Gatling gun there as well. Overall, very nice openings from both players. A little bit of a diversion, or a little bit of a difference between them. Not really a diversion, I guess they're diverting in strategy. But a little bit of a difference in their takes. I like the War Factory Super Reactor into high ground expansion from Libra. We'll see if he's able to curb the water expansion of Happy, or if Happy is just going to be able to get away with a free expansion out there on the water, which of course would give him a nice little advantage. A little bit of harassment coming in here from Libra. Both sickles will be getting eliminated here thanks to that terror drone stasis. Almost going to get a kill on a sickle of Happy's, but Happy does pull it away just right there. Quite nice play and counterplay from both players. They're both making pretty good decisions, and, you know, we see a little bit of a difference, you know, Super Reactor first versus Expansion first playing out. Faster hammer tanks from Libra, but overall these two fellows have equalized pretty darn well. This harassment, while not getting a kill on a Harvester, has done so much in terms of delaying that harvesting. Twin Blade now going to be coming out, going to be able to pick up a couple of free kills. Two Twin Blades going to be harassing this hammer tank as it comes in for its own version of harassment. Leech Beam also going to be guaranteeing high health on the hammer tank of Libra. It's already got a bonus weapon, so it can't pick up a second one, but the conscripts are going to be getting cleared out of this building by the Twin Blades and the hammer tank. Some people get upset when Soviet players don't use their leech beam enough on those hammer tanks. So here is Libra going to be using that leech beam quite a bit. Some players are like, no, why would you ever not use the leech beam? At any rate, refinery going out on the water for Libra. A little bit strapped for cash here, but he has been able to hold on to his oil derrick, which is always nice. By the way, dude, I want to take a quick moment to say thank you to all the folks over on Patreon who throw me a tip over there. I very much appreciate it. And in this case, I'm actually, it is actually making the production of live streams a little bit easier. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, or perhaps shortly after this video comes out, there will have been some streams, which, not often do you see Twin Blades kill an airborne sickle like that, but we were here to witness it. At any rate, the Patreons are going to be responsible for the fact that the streams sound a little bit better and are much easier for me to produce. And by much easier, I mean a little bit better, or a little bit easier to produce. So, I've got a new audio setup that I've been using for a little while, and that is entirely thanks to the patrons. So thank you to them. A couple of hammer tanks going to be coming in. 3 hammer tanks getting caught on each other, and toxins going to be getting locked down, as well as the stasis being utilized on both sides. It's 4 hammer tanks versus now 4, but the 4 hammer tanks of Happy are sitting in those toxins. The Twin Blade's going to be able to chase away that Bullfrog, and the Bullfrog may end up getting a kill on a Twin Blade or 2, but it's overwhelming numbers on the side of Libra. It's Leech Beam versus Leech Beam. But now that the Twin Blades are here, it's an easy cleanup for Libra. Happy hoping to get something more out of that situation, but he committed to an attack that was a bad idea. And I think his initial posturing was fine, but that idea got turned from bad to worse. And on top of that, Libra with the hammer tanks and now the Twin Blades and the Bullfrogs packed along as well is going to be in a great position, but certainly not an overwhelming position if Happy handles himself well. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't seen a barracks drop, even just for the body blocking. The barracks may actually be, well, it's way back here, but there is actually nothing being produced by Happy at this moment. Sometimes we see this where a little bit of an engagement, one player thinks they have a bit more of an advantage from that first engagement, and then they press forward. A player like Happy, who's a bit more experienced, is able to turn it around. Bullfrog is going to be coming up. They want to clean up these Twin Blades. Where are the MiGs to finish off the Twin Blades? They're nowhere to be found, so it's just going to be Leech Beams versus Leech Beams, and the Twin Blades are going to come back in. They're going to try and pick off those Tesla Troopers and even things up. The Toxins get dropped, but it's Happy, a complete miss on with the Toxins against the forces of Libra. Twin Blade's going to be coming back forward, and the Tesla Troopers once again getting cleaned up. I thought for sure I saw some MiGs around the place for Happy, but they are just not showing up to clean up those Twin Blades at any rate. Finally, the MiG does show up. It's nowhere near the Twin Blades of Libra, and it almost skates into the waiting guns of death of those Bullfrogs. Happy, playing a little bit clumsy here, is going to be losing his oil derrick as well. Libra feels like he's having a great day, and Happy feels like he's having an off day. That might entirely be because of the Soviet off-racing or off-factioning nature of Happy. Libra going to be trying to chase down those Twin Blades, but Happy does finally show up with his own MiG. It gets eliminated by Libra, and once again, it's starting to feel like Happy is playing very sloppy and making a lot of mistakes. The Bullfrogs are away from the front line, so one hammer tank will go down. A nice catch here by Happy. Libra not paying attention, leaving those forces undefended on the front lines. Those Tesla Troopers and those Twin Blades, if they would have been able to close the distance, they could have made quick work of those hammer tanks. Crusher Crane going to be coming up for Libra. Pretty essential after you get out that airfield and start getting out some Twin Blades. Once you're at that point, it's really, really nice to be able to have that repair for Twin Blades, but then also keep your hammer tanks up and running very nicely. Naval Yard going to be getting targeted down. The refinery does get canceled, so Happy is not going to try and defend this against all odds. He did manage to get out one Akula sub, but he is going to be losing the Naval Yard before too much longer. No MiGs to try and shut down these Twin Blades, but if there were, the Bullfrogs would have been there in good time to try and lock that down. A nice catch on the Akula sub. That terror drone getting the infect is that extra bit of damage. The Akula sub may still be able to put a good amount of DPS out on the refinery or the harvester before that terror drone actually cleans it up. And actually that flak cannon finished. I'm actually kind of surprised that it got all the way. The V4 does clean it up. Once again, it feels like Libra is having a heyday in this match, and Happy is fumbling a lot more than we're used to seeing. maybe it's an off day for Happy, or maybe it is, as I said before, just the off-faction play. This is Kulisub getting some good DPS out on that refinery. Not quite enough to take it down completely, but a second of Kulisub will almost certainly be able to finish that guy off. And an engineer cap as it gets called in. A nice catch, forcing the sell-off of that, and also calls in the toxins, forcing Libra to toxin his own units and wasting that ability, so it can't be used for another minute or two. And something else, Satellite's possibly going to be getting called down on this ore collector. The toxins are leeching away. It's actually going to be more toxins, getting almost a guaranteed kill on that ore collector, as it's now going to try and drive away, maybe even to the high ground. But no, it will go down. Barely escape. Maybe, maybe not. It goes down. All is right with the world as that Harvester gets eliminated. Another Harvester still offline for Libra. Happy starting to pull out some wins. Bullfrogs are coming around to try and save this ore collector. They chase away the Twin Blades, which just head back out. And Libra trying to do maybe too many things at once. It looks like he does have the cash to finally get out this flak cannon, but it's going to take a moment longer. The Bullfrogs able to clean up the Twin Blades quite nicely and repaying the debt from earlier. Happy finally cleans up Libra's oil derrick. The Tesla coil is nice, but is of course doing nothing to save that Tesla coil in this case. And going to be getting a couple of shots off. There are MiGs nearby, just in case Libra tries to respond with his own MiGs to those Twin Blades. So this refinery might as well be canceled. Unless you've got a good plan to get over there out on the water and stop these Twin Blades. Well, I guess you could just pressure the front and try and call them off the attack that way. But in this case, this refinery is going to be getting close to eliminated. Really needs to just needs to cancel it. Back on the front lines, Twin Blades, Bullfrogs going to be trying to trade blows out there. And once again, this refinery doesn't get canceled. It just goes down. He hadn't invested a lot of cash into that refinery, but it does get eliminated. The one on the water as well. Happy starting to feel much more stable and much more confident. After a couple of fumbles earlier in this game, he's starting to feel much more like his regular self. He still has a frontline problem, as he has V4s wrecking him from a distance. The artillery advantage is always a powerful one. Going to be forcing the MCV to pack up. There's the Terror Drone Stasis going to be locking that down. That may force the engagement, as Happy is looking to hold the line and keep his MCV alive. V4s, now two of them on the front line. Tesla Troopers do not go into lockdown mode, so the Hammer Tanks glide up to them and then back away. The Twin Blades are too scared to get in close and eliminate those Tesla Troopers. The V4 launch is good. The Bullfrogs get some free damage off as they get the extended range from that heroic bonus. The Hammer Tanks step forward. Libra trying to press his advantage, but he's going to have trouble with those Tesla Troopers. Not anymore. Now that the Bullfrogs are gone, Libra can clean up the Tesla Troopers. The Terror Drone even goes down. The V4s are not going to get the kill on the Conyard just yet, but nothing stopping the Twin Blades from stepping forward and killing the Conyard themselves. Double barracks going down. The crane gets eliminated, and Happy should be able to sew this one up. No, a Tesla coil does manage to get established there, but once again, I'm not sure why those Twin Blades are not just going for it when they had the opportunity. Now one Bullfrog out on the front, double stasis as these two Terror Drones find their mark with each other, trying to eliminate each other, and oh my gosh, is Happy really going to get a heal off on that MCV? The answer is yes. The Terror Drone will be able to escape the toxins, but it looks like Happy is going to buy himself some time. No, Libra, what are you doing? Libra, what are you doing? Libra, my man! Oh boy, just giving away two of those V4s, and now four MiGs going to be able to catch one Twin Blade. Going to be trading out the MiGs though. Two MiGs going down. Libra with the quick catch of the Bullfrogs cleans up two MiGs. He'll take that victory as long as he gets to keep his Twin Blade for a little bit longer. One Twin Blade fully heroic. The other one's not quite veteran just yet. Happy has been able to maintain a 5 refinery advantage for quite some time, but he's never had that ground army on the ridge like he wanted. Libra, since the very first engagement back here with the Hammer Tanks, Libra has had the army advantage on the ground. A single Tesla Trooper is going to be going for the kill. Will he be able to close the distance? That's a fully heroic conscript inside of that building, so that conscript might actually get the kill before the Tesla Trooper can close the distance. And if that wasn't a fully heroic conscript, that story might have been a little bit different, but Tesla Troopers are slow regardless. So he may have been able to escape one way, or the V4 may have been able to escape one way or the other. Stingray is now going to be getting produced. You don't have to win the battle on the ground if you can sneak some Stingrays in the back. Where are the MiGs? The Bullfrogs are here, but they don't have any support. The Bullfrogs of Libra are far enough away that the MiGs could have gotten off a couple of shots instead. Happy is going to be taking damage on his infrastructure, possibly even his super reactor, which would be quite a blow to his production as the Stingray is trying to find some damage, going to be going for the walls, going for the harvesters as the naval yard is going to be getting shut down. There's, of course, his second naval yard in the north, but Libra is going to be doing what infrastructure damage he can, and for now, this is unanswered. There's no call to, oh my gosh, he's going to try it again. Happy doesn't manage to get the capture on either the super reactor or the battle lab earlier in this game, but the attempts are well noted. MiG's going to be closing the distance to the Twin Blades, but of course the Bullfrogs finally respond, and there the Twin Blades able to take down some critical infrastructure. This second Twin Blade, I'm not sure where it's crossing to. It's taking a lot of damage, but it will survive for the current moment. Bullfrogs chasing Bullfrogs as the Twin Blades are looking to escape, but Libra not going to be able to escape without taking a couple more kills. The Twin Blades diving in, but this is 3 Bullfrogs. That's a lot of damage output. 4 Bullfrogs, one of them fully heroic, another one now double vet, as they are going to be... Oh my gosh, he is chasing these Twin Blades, and the MiGs are going to get the glory kills for cleaning up the last of the Twin Blades, even though the Bullfrogs did the majority of the work. Libra so far ahead, it felt like, and then squandering one attack perhaps after another. He still has that artillery advantage. Oh, 5 V4s, that's some pretty serious firepower, but of course, he's rebuilt his V4s, he's spent that cash, and now he doesn't have much of a ground army to support his V4s. What is Libra's plan from here on out? I love this splitting up the V4s. You don't need all of them to take down this refinery and this naval yard, but if you can cut down that refinery, once again, it takes another tool out of the box of Happy, who's been doing such a good job sitting on those 5 refineries for much of this game. And now it's going to be taken away. Toxins perhaps getting called in once again by Happy. Libra splits his... Oh, he barely doesn't quite get the... What in the... He is going to fly a V4 as it's taking damage. He's not going to save it, but what a play. What an attempt by Libra. That I have never seen. An airborne terror-droned unit getting the kill, and then it just parachutes down. That's amazing. I've never seen that. The Dreadnought is going to be circling as it's getting some nice shots off. The Terror Drone goes for the stasis and low power mode. I'm not sure what that is about. Another V4 over here trying to put out some kind of damage for Libra, but it's not quite going to be able to work. There's the stasis. The V4s are going to be sinking the Dreadnought of Happy, and Happy doesn't quite get the kill on that ore refinery, so Libra will maintain that economy. These guys have been trading back and forth, left and right for this whole game at different points, feeling sloppy in different ways. But well, nice dodging of those Dreadnought rockets by that Terror Drone. The MiGs are a little bit too slow, but the Twin Blade of Happy gets the kill on the Terror Drone of Libra, setting that Dreadnought free, and I love the addition of a couple of Stingrays. The MiGs, the Stingray or 2, and a Dreadnought can be a powerful force when you don't have the tools to deal with it, and now this refinery may be going down, and there may not be a whole lot that Libra can do to stop it. The V4s of his own are going to try and respond, but it's going to be the Twin Blade as the Bullfrogs try and chase away the MiGs. The MiGs don't actually show up at all. The Dreadnought barely survives, but the refinery goes down. V4s trading blows, trying to hit, I'm guessing, that Stingray, but a little bit too late as the Stingray does manage to escape. And this game turning from like a lovely opening between these two players to a little bit awkward and flailing into just an epic Dreadnought V4 war between these two guys, getting up to high-tech units and trading blows quite consistently. Almost getting another kill on that V4. Chipping away at those artillery numbers is a lot of the strength of Libra, so if Happy is able to secure that victory in that way, then that's definitely a good way to do it. The refinery is getting reestablished. 17 grand left in that refinery, in that ore node, rather. So it's definitely worth getting. And actually, I would have thought this guy would have been depleted by now, but he's still got 6,000 credits worth in that ore node. Libra looking to reestablish himself. He's almost out of cash in a couple of those ore nodes. So things are going to be getting a lot slimmer pretty soon here. Twin Blade's going to be coming in. They do reveal their presence by attacking the flak troopers in that building. The MCV of Happy has been spotted kind of there on the south side of his half of the island. Meanwhile, the MCV of Libra is now reestablishing the water expansion. Nebelyard has been able to hold on. The Terror Drone is going for the Infect. He doesn't get it. That would be absolutely fantastic if he could get the kill with that Terror Drone. The Terror Drone is dodging those Dreadnought missiles, and the Dreadnought is just so quickly going to destroy this ore refinery. One more volley, and there it goes. Happy with the kill. Now 2 Stingrays here. It's going to take some juggling of this Terror Drone to be able to stop those Stingrays, and if they close the distance, good night, Gracie, as that Terror Drone gets eliminated. Where the MiGs to respond to the Twin Blades. Happy is trying to figure this out, but barely. The Dreadnought survives. The fully heroic Dreadnought can, the second swing around, do the job. No, the Terror Drones, the Twin Blades rather, pull off at the last moment, and that is what is that? That is a conscript just is going for it. That conscript is, I don't know what his plan was there, but he was brave nonetheless. As Stingray gets eliminated, the Dreadnought earns another kill, and that crane is literally being constructed to save that Dreadnought. That is an MVP unit. V4 is getting some nice shots off. That is the attack and move, dodge and weave. Toxin's going to be getting called in, trying to push those V4s back. Going to be dropping an additional reactor and a vacuum imploder, as this stalemate has gone on for long enough. Happy says, I want something to be able to crack the other player, to be able to bust their defense open. And the economy on this in this game has been pretty good, but these guys have been spending it on fairly high-tech stuff and then having to rebuild a lot of buildings. So it's kind of a weird game in that we've had pretty good-sized air armies, pretty good-sized naval forces, but not a lot of big ground armies. This is kind of the one game of Red Alert 3 that hasn't had very much ground forces going on. Satellites getting called down, Stingrays closing the distance, and the Dreadnought goes down. One final volley will kill that poor, helpless conscript as satellites get called down by Happy on the airfield. Is he going to try and swing in with something to finish it off? The answer is no, but the Stingrays are currently unstoppable out on the water. A Tesla coil is going to be the choice, but it was under the construction of the crane, and the crane gets eliminated as this flak cannon is now the new target so that the Twin Blades can help finish off these buildings. But what does Happy have to stop this? The MiGs aren't going to be much help with the bullfrogs nearby, and more Stingrays going to be showing up. The Twin Blades going to be coming in to clean up that Tesla coil. No, they're actually going to be going for the, I don't know what they're going for. They're changing targets almost every single moment as the Stingrays circle around to the north side, and they're just going to wait. But that leaves an opportunity for the MiGs to swing in. They get the kill on one Twin Blade. The Akula sub spawns into the middle of this group coming up from the depths, and it will go down but not before taking one Stingray with it. And the Tesla coil is almost finished. Can Happy manage to hold on to something out here on the water, or will he just take too much damage? The Tesla coil gets off a couple of shots and cuts down the Stingray numbers. The MiGs are too slow as the Twin Blades pull back, but Happy has survived for the current moment. Natasha on the front line on the ridge in the middle of the map is going to look to find a mark The super torpedoes go off the map. They miss their target, and now another Akula sub coming into the mix here, but that is going to be a combo move from the Twin Blades and the Stingrays to try and kill off that Akula sub, desperate to try and hold on to this corner. He's lost his battle lab, which he's currently rebuilding, but Happy has maintained control of the vacuum imploder. The timer now almost down to half. Ooh, those ultra torpedoes just narrowly missing those bullfrogs. Good control there by Libra, but the timer on that vacuum imploder will not be reset. He won't have to drop the cash on another one. He keeps it as it ticks down towards the 3-minute mark. Frantic action back and forth in this game. MiGs once again going down. The bullfrogs swinging around the map. And bullfrogs have been the tool of Libra, but the MiGs have been the tool of Happy. They both built a little bit of both, but they both definitely have their favorites. All right, Battle Lab is coming back up. The Naval Yard has survived, so Akula subs, well, Dreadnoughts are going to be most likely on the way, but we do have an Akula sub or two here. And that Terror Drone gets the infect on that Akula sub, of course, without the crane for the repairs. What is an Akula sub to do? Also, not enough cash to get out a Stingray. There's something cute. It could be a Stingray. At the same time, Happy, has he been able to muster up enough of a ground force to make a difference? Single V4 rocket launches off, but there is going to be, I think, a V4 attachment on that hammer tank. Hey, now, we are looking good as toxins get dropped down. Tesla troopers do go down, and it looks like this hammer tank is just barely going to escape. I think that bullfrog is on the edge, and yes, it will get eliminated, losing that to the toxins. A bit of a mistake there by Happy, a bit of a careless move by him. The Crusher Crane is here, but that Terror Drone is doing good DPS, and now it's fully heroic. He is going to get zapped by the Tesla Tower as that Tesla Coil eliminates that Terror Drone. The expansion in the south, untouched for quite some time, 24,000 credits, but unable to be controlled by Libra. This game slowly falling out of his grasp. He sells off his MCV as the engineer gets eliminated by the V4 rockets, and Happy has all but sealed the deal. His battle lab is back online. I think it's a Dreadnought out on the water. Natasha is also here, but the slow march of the artillery. Can Libra pull something out? He got a nice little cash boost there. V4's trading on both sides. A hammer tank V4 does still survive, and it's going to be a couple of Stingrays on the front line for Libra to try and hold the line, but only 90 seconds left on the vacuum imploder, so it doesn't have to be a clear-cut victory right at this moment for Happy. He can wait this one out. He can play it a little bit safe. He's got 3 V4s, if you count the hammer tank, to do some damage to the forces of Libra. The refinery taking damage. The stasis does lock down the bullfrog. Are there any twin blades to try and come in and do some damage? There's one twin blade for Libra. Not quite the air force that he once had. The V4 gets the kill. The refinery goes down, though, and Happy is closing the noose more and more closely every moment. The War Factory might be the final thing that Happy needs to eliminate before Libra. GG's. No War Factory, no MCV. A difficult place to be for sure, unless he rebuilt an MCV somehow. No, he's got a Naval Yard. Technically, he can get the rebuild there. And he actually grabs the Dreadnought as well. That V4 putting some damage out. Fully heroic, but also a fully heroic twin blade. Almost every unit in Libra's army is getting that veteran upgrade, making their way to a more powerful, better version of themselves. Natasha, extremely low on health, most likely taking damage from twin blades earlier in this game. 4 seconds left on the vacuum imploder, and this, oh no, that fully heroic twin blade. What is going to be the choice for the vacuum imploder? There's going to be the grinder gears activated inside of that Apocalypse tank, and that will do it. I think it's safe to say Happy wins that one, as Da Vinci, a.k.a. Libra, putting on an impressive showing, putting on a great fight, but in the end, Happy, the superior player, and the vacuum imploder even making an appearance here in this game. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that very entertaining Soviet versus Soviet on Infinity Isle, and this is Sybert, signing out.